Yes, I had that thing fly off my lathe 3 times. I didn't redo the tenon, I just kept touching it up. Here is an example of the touch up of the tenon, thinking I'll make it thicker and get a better bite on it. Well, even that didn't seem to work. It was just too small to hold that. What I finally did was go to a larger tenon, 4-inch tenon, and I had no trouble after that. You'll see more of that a little bit later. So you see these little stubs sticking out there. They can just break your fingers and knuckles all to pieces if you're not careful. So I was going to cut it off with a handsaw, but it was so hard it wouldn't cut. And I didn't want to start a chainsaw since I have a gas-powered chainsaw. It makes the whole shop smell like exhaust fumes, so I wanted to avoid that. I just decided to turn it completely off. And then I went to a different tool to kind of help rough this thing out, and it was throwing shards of wood that were just absolutely painful. So I finally went to a gloved hand, and it was a lot easier after that. I've gotten flack over wearing a glove, so I have a glove that I cut the fingers out of, so hopefully it doesn't get caught in the machine and break my fingers. But sometimes you just cannot do this without protection for your hands because it is rough to have that stuff hit you. It's like sand. It's like sandblasting your hands. So here is my first tenon. I thought I'd get away with this little thin, small tenon. I often do. Unfortunately, this piece of wood was just too rough and it needed a bigger bite to hold on to the roughing process on the inside. But I thought I'd try it. And of course, you saw the results in the beginning as to what happened with the 3 times it flew off. Even though I built a second tenon a little bit bigger, it still did not work. So as I mentioned, the true cure to the whole process was a new 4-inch tenon and use the tailstock to hold it in place. So after the final and third time, or the third time and final time, I went to these larger 4-inch jaws and put that larger tenon on there. And as you can see, I'm using the tailstock as I probably should have in the beginning. Maybe I would have gotten away with it just with the tailstock. But this was the final cure that allowed me to hang on to it to finish the project. Finished product. Manzanita with a dimpled, tried to give it the carved look. So I have no smooth surfaces on there at all. Cleaned out the gaps. It had dirt. You can see through it. There's always a risk of these things blowing up and flying apart. Sometimes I use epoxy to help prevent that, but this time I did not. This is one of my old tried and true methods of finishing. So now I'm gonna put a finish on it. This is a real simple finish. It's just slap the crap on. Sorry about that. Anybody's offended. It is a simple process. It brings out the color. That is pretty much all you do until you let it dry. Thanks for watching. I'll hopefully get some pictures of the finished product before I post the video. But we're down to the wire on that. That's due this morning and I'm already late.